are happening. I think, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to give a full endorsement of it. Like I fully and completely endorse Our Lady of Fatima. I have no doubts in my mind that Our Lady of Fatima is a true and real apparition. It's comforting that Mr. Hudson, in the past, I've listened to him talk on other shows. He was interviewed by John Henry Weston. He was interviewed by Dr. Taylor Marshall. He was interviewed by a number of other people. And I've heard him talk about the relationship with Padre Pio. Now, he says that if you want to see the evidence for the relationship between Padre Pio and Conchita, that he actually has the written documents there on his Facebook page. So I guess if you want to dive deeper into it and check out this information for yourself, check out his Facebook page, where you can find out a lot more information about this kind of all this information that he has there. And he told me that he had a section on his page. The page is called The Message of Garabandal, and he kind of collects in a file all the main objections and the responses to them. So if you want to check out all the information, I'm certainly going to be doing more research on this. I'm not going to make up my mind quite yet, but I do think that it seems that it is credible. It seems that there is some credibility to it. And the main reason why it seems credible to me is because there is an element to this that is related to other apparitions. So it's not like this is completely foreign. It seems to be related to, for instance, like Our Lady of Fatima's message. He made that point of it happening in 1961, and the message, the third secret, is supposed to be revealed in 1960. And he also mentioned the Blessed Anne Maria Taigi, who had the similar apparitions about the 3 days of darkness. And there are many, many saints who had apparitions about the 3 days of darkness. So it doesn't seem so far-fetched that I'm like, this is so out there, so different from anything else. So I don't know. I don't have any conclusions. I don't have an endorsement that I would make on it. I would say think about it, read about it. Let me know if you know something about the apparition that I don't, if you have some objection that I've never heard before, or you have more information about it that you're like, no, Adrian, you're not getting it. Here's something that you need to know about it. And I'd be curious. I'd be very curious to learn more about it. So let me know what your thoughts are about it. I'd be very curious to know. Because, yeah, it's very interesting to me. All these different apparitions, all these different things that are going on. It seems as though we really are coming to a head here, especially with the question of a synod. I wanted to bring that up again because he mentioned the word synod had not being popularized for another 5 years.
Yeah.
And I wonder how true that is, because I guess it doesn't really matter, because that was his comments about it. He was saying, yeah, it's kind of funny because, the word synod wasn't really popularized then. Well, the word synod's been around for a long time. Synods have been going on since the beginning of the church. Maybe it's true to say that the seers didn't know about the word synod, and I guess that would have been true. But it is interesting. It is an interesting point there. The question of communism returning, I mean, that's clearly true. That happened. Communism is all over the world right now. China is spreading her errors across the world, as well as Russia, as well as many other countries. We have communism in America, all these different things. So I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting.
It's fascinating. That's a communist thing. It really gets me a little bit. That might be the only wrinkle to me. I understand that communism is still here in China, but it's not as prevalent as it was back then. And I know the younger generations are open to it, even advocating for that. I thought I would never see that in my own lifetime. So it's a little thing, just my little thing that bothers me. Yeah, China is powerful. They are strong. They're not a superpower, as everyone keeps claiming they are. But they do have the economic side on them. And so it's, I don't know about the communism thing, but I can see where it's coming back among the youth. But does that count? Is that part of the prophecy? I don't know. What will really get me is if the Pope is invited by the Patriarch to go to Moscow and he goes, that is going to be a big one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, the question of the him going to Moscow would be huge if he ends up going, because he said he was going in February, and then he got knee surgery or something like that. His knees went out and he wasn't able to go.
Really?
Something like that. I
Oh,
forget what it
wow.
was. And so Pope Francis was actually planning on going to Moscow in February, which was kind of what kind of piqued the interest of a lot of people about the topic again. And yeah, I mean, it's very interesting that would happen. There's one other point that I wanted to bring up, and now I'm forgetting what it was. There was something else.
Conchita's marriage?
No, not her marriage.
She married a divorcee.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, I don't know if the gentleman got an annulment or not.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. See, that's another thing that's concerning too. I'd be interested to know what. So we're definitely gonna have to invite Mr. Glenn back on and try to hammer out some of these other details about it. So the other point would be the 3 and 4 popes, right? So people say that there would be 3 popes, and before it happens, and that was during the reign of John the 23rd. So that would be Paul VI, John Paul I, John Paul II. That's 3.
Yeah.
And then you have Benedict, and then you have Francis. That's 5 popes now. Now
that's true.
I've heard him talk about this in the past, and he says, okay, well, you have to read the entirety of the quote. So he says that it really is 4 popes, because there's 3 and then 1 that she's not counting because he reigned for so short of a time. And so if that's true, then that would be 4 popes. And so that would be Benedict. And so if Francis dies before this happens, then I would say it's a failed prophecy.
Yeah, kaput.
So it has to happen. It has to happen within the next 2 years, really, because I don't think Francis is going to live beyond 2 years.
No, he's a bit morbidly obese, and he's really sick.
Yeah. I mean, he has tons of health issues.
Yeah.
He only has what, half a lung or something like that.
Oh, poor guy.
So he's very. I don't see it happening that he's going to live much longer for that. So it'll be very interesting. I'm very curious to see how things play out. I'm interested to see Mr. Glenn's comments on a lot of these things. So I'll definitely invite him back on, maybe, and I'll gather some more questions, do some more research, so I can have good comments and questions to bring up to him.
In the after show, I have a little prediction on how this will play out.
All right.
Unless we have a little time. No, we don't.
Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns about the topic we have at hand, make sure to hop on with us for the after show. I'm sure we'll continue talking about these comments and a lot of these things during the after show. And also, if you would be so kind, hop onto our YouTube channel and subscribe there, because we're about 100 subscribers until we reach 10,000 subscribers. So maybe we'll do something special about for our 10,000 subscribers. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Let me know during the after show. Let me know. We got kicked off of YouTube twice, so I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that God or the devil doesn't like us talking about it. Because it is interesting. We got kicked off of YouTube twice. We had over 100 people watching live, and then we got kicked off of the message, and we got kicked off of YouTube. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. We didn't get kicked off of our other platforms the second time around. So we're live streaming, and now we only have 10 people watching live. So I'm like, that's very interesting to me. So if you would do me a favor, hop onto our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. We'll do something special for 10,000 subscribers. I don't know what yet. Maybe during the after show we can discuss. But we're going to jump into our game show, Fear and Trembling, where we are going to be playing our game, Catholic Trivia. If you want to join, 877-757-9424, 877-757-9424. That's the number to call if you want to be a part of our game show, 877-757-9424. We'll be right back with our game show, Fear and Trembling, right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're currently cruising at 39,000 feet. We'll turn that seatbelt sign off for you and let you move about the cabin. Looks like we're about 2 hours and 10 minutes from landing. Plenty of time for you to do some Bible reading.
Wouldn't it be great if everyone read the Bible regularly? Why not start today? A friendly suggestion from Guadalupe Radio Network. Hey, Donnie, who was the first pope to whom Jesus said, "You are the rock upon which I will build my church"?
St. Peter.
And who is the current pope?
Pope Francis.
As parents, we're the primary educators of our Catholic faith to our children, and if you don't know your Catholic faith as well as you should, that's okay. Just tune in daily to the Guadalupe Radio Network by logging online to grnonline.com. The Guadalupe Radio Network. Listen, learn, love, and pass it on.
Welcome to another round of Fear and Trembling, the Catholic trivia game show that helps you work out your salvation by the seat of your pants. It's a 50-50 chance and prizes are involved. Avoid the weeping and gnashing of teeth. Call now to take your shot. 877-757-9424.
877-757-9424. 877-757-9424. That's the number to call to be part of our game show, Fear and Trembling. And you can win prizes if you are the winner. Every Friday we give out a prize for our Catholic trivia game show, and you could win. How do you win? Well, it's very simple. You call in, and if you do not get on today, then make sure you wait on hold, because, or rather, you call in early the next day, so that every morning, starting at 7 o'clock Central Time, we open the phone lines, and you can call in and wait on hold, and we always take the first caller. So if that would be you, you're welcome to call in, and we'd love to have you. But if you, so that's just the pro tip. And if you want to write down that number, and you are free to do so, go to grnonline.com/CDT. If you go there, our phone number is listed there. You can take that number down, and you can make sure that you are ready to be able to call in early by putting us on speed dial and dialing us in as early as the top of the 7 o'clock hour. But joining us right now is Pocahontas. Good morning to you, Pocahontas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to hear your voice. This is your, second time calling in?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. You're from the San Antonio area, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I am.
Amen. Amen. Well, welcome back to the Catholic Drive Time show, the Fear and Trembling. How have you been? How was your Easter?
Oh, it was wonderful. And we spent it with family in Houston.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Praise be to God. It's a good place to be. I mean, we love San Antonio. San Antonio is a great place. We love to see everybody over there doing the things at the calling in, and they have a huge, with Richard Reyna and Sean Rice, they do such a good job of being having a community there with the GRN family. But we love it whenever the San Antonio folk come to Houston. We're trying to steal all of Richard Reyna and Sean's people.
They're great. Sean and Richard are really great.
They really are. They really are. You know what I forgot? I forgot to mention what the prize was today. So let me do that real quickly. Our prize today for this Friday, the Fear and Trembling prize pack is a CDT prize pack. So we're going to give away a coffee cup of Divine Providence, a replica of the coffee cup of Divine Providence, and a book published by Bishop Sheen today by Alan Smith. The book is, we have the 7 Last Words of Jesus on the Cross by Fulton Sheen. So that anthology will be given away, as well as Fulton Sheen's book on Meditations on Adoration. So those are the 2 books we're giving away, plus a replica of the Coffee Cup of Divine Providence. So the sponsor is us at CDT, plus Bishop Sheen today with Alan Smith. So God bless you, Alan Smith and Bishop Sheen today. My apologies, I completely forgot to do that. But are you ready to play the game, Pocahontas? You're familiar with the game. You're a veteran. I'm sure you're going to get a 3-for-3-er today.
I hope so.
I think you will. I'm looking at the questions here, and well, actually, these might be the hardest questions I've ever had. So that's a good thing you're a veteran. I'm sure you'll do great.
Okay.
Don't worry. Let's jump into the first question. Question number 1. Tito, are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
Let's do it then. The question on the table. What council established the observance of Sunday Mass?
Wow. Yes, the nerd in me studying Vatican II and others. I would say the Fourth Lateran Council established it. It was one of the Laterans, that nice palace in Rome.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, you're going with the Fourth Lateran Council.
Fourth